Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to 10 times employees fought back against Karens. Now, if you spend any time on social media, you're seeing so many situations where people who go to a McDonald's or a Starbucks think that, because whatever they bought maybe isn't to their liking, they have the authority to really yell at and sometimes get physical with the employee behind the counter, which is just insane. At the end of the day, just because you think you've not got the product or service you've paid for doesn't mean you can act like a complete idiot. It's not fair, it's not nice, and it's often illegal. So I, for one, I applaud it when an employee doesn't take that rubbish. Obviously the employee sometimes might think if I say something I might get fired, but at the end of the day, if someone throws food at your face, I'm sorry, you shouldn't take that.
Please, no, I apologize. All right, I apologize. I have to be in this place.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're examining our picks for iconic times when rude and entitled folks at businesses received some sweet justice from a worker in one way or another.
I've never had anyone come at me with a weapon like that, and it was fight or fight.
Number 10, sauce scandal. Restaurant staff have it rough. Not only do they deal with the usual annoyances, but they also get the full brunt of a Karen meltdown every so often. In 2021, one unidentified woman decided to complain to Pizza Hut manager Sweets Williams. However, she wanted a refund on the pie for having no sauce.
But there's no sauce on here. There's not. You tell me the sauce.
Except that didn't stop her from consuming a lot of it. Realizing she wasn't getting the red carpet treatment from Williams, the Karen...
So she ate half the pizza and she thought she could go try and get a refund. You cheeky lady. Come on now. Come on
pizza
now.
Off the counter onto the manager before attempting a quick getaway.
Whoa!
However, Williams was in hot pursuit and continued arguing with her. With Karen threatening to call the police, Williams pushed her multiple times, eventually causing Karen to fall on the ground.
Matter of fact, let me call the police myself. Go ahead.
Number 9, Angry Andrew.
Come on. She looked like a mature lady, behaving like a toddler. Come on, grow up.
Probably no line of work that deals with more terrible customers than retail. So, just for a moment, we can all vicariously live through Andrew as he worked at a Home Depot store. In the middle of arguing, a Karen couple had seemingly asked for a price check on an item, then made a drama when Andrew asked them to take a photo of it.
We asked you to check price, you said no.
I need somebody I didn't say no.
Yes, you did.
I just said, can you get a picture now? And you made a big deal out of that.
Eventually, the employee hit his breaking point, uttering curse words at the pair. The male Karen then tried to sound responsible, but came across as patronizing as he reminded Andrew that he worked there.
Listen to you, dude. You work here, buddy. You
I don't give
With another worker also taking the side of the couple, Andrew was done, and he angrily quit
Wow,
on
he
the spot.
quit the job.
Nuts. He's having a big issue.
Wow.
We just wanted to check a price on something.
Right.
And he just went crazy.
Number 8, boiling points. In 2021, Sandra Albert was having a bad shift at the Massapequa Diner in Long Island, New York. But in one moment, anyone who ever worked as waitstaff got to vicariously live through her when one unidentified man was being a nightmare.
Sandra says the guy was a semi-regular and has behaved rudely before, but this night she tells Allison Hall he really crossed the line.
On top of trying to hand his phone number to underage girls, he repeatedly uttered homophobic slurs. He also called Albert an explicit insult several times. Eventually, she had enough and asked him to leave, stating that no employee wanted to wait on him.
Not wanted. I'm telling you right now.
As he was reluctant, seemingly acting as innocent as possible, she
people are
launched into a
clapping.
rant criticizing his terrible behavior. Reportedly, the police were called to the diner. At one point, the man eventually left voluntarily.
You were pretty gutsy, getting your finger up in his face and just really telling him off.
It came from my anger for 5 weeks of seeing his face. I just couldn't stand it anymore.
Number 7, one hand.
Dude, handing your phone number to underage, come on, dude. What's wrong with you? Ugh.
justice. In one viral moment in 2022, Haley Booth became the coolest person on the planet. According to her, a group of people came into the Waffle House she worked at in Austin, Texas, and were rude and demanding.
The people working in those jobs are people too. They work at much slower pay than most people do, and they're literally living barely paycheck to paycheck.
After they were asked to leave, an argument began between them and the staff, leading to a brawl and objects being chucked around.
That water came straight out of the coffee pot, and that water's like 110 degrees.
Oh, wow.
One person flung a metal chair at Booth, who effortlessly caught it with one hand and threw it to the floor, immediately securing her icon status.
Wow.
Been to a Waffle House, okay? You know, you don't mess with the employees. And I'm not talking about because, one, it's polite, but because you won't win.
After being written up for chucking a sugar shaker at one of the customers, Booth left that restaurant. However, she stated she was blacklisted by the chain from working at other Waffle Houses. Number 6, equal opportunity.
It's annoying that, you know, a lot of these situations are costing these people their jobs, you know. Like, at the end of the day, if those people didn't behave, if the customers weren't behaving like imbeciles, you know, they'd still have a job.
Sometimes the best revenge is some amazing malicious compliance. In 2018, the owner of the Pizza Inn in Greenville, South Carolina, Amanda Cartagine, received a complaint from a customer. He approached a staff member and asked them to refill the lettuce section at the salad bar. The manager explained that the employee was autistic and this wasn't part of their responsibilities.
My manager explained to him the situation, you know, privately, and said, look, it's just the staff member, that's not his job, and we've trained him to do this, and there are special circumstances.
Apparently, that wasn't good enough for the man. He suggested a sign warning customers about the restaurant's special needs staff. Cartagine agreed.
Wow, that guy's a bit of an asshole, isn't he?
These are like my kids, and it made me angry, but I wanted to do something that was not rude, but got my point across.
Livid at the man's horrid attitude towards her workforce, she placed a sign at the entrance that clarified this was an equal opportunities establishment, that they hired everyone.
She hopes the sign encourages people to be more open-minded.
Number 5, Cartel.
Man, that guy, what a prick, honestly. Some people just, what's wrong with him? Man, go see a psychiatrist, dude.
The arrogance of some Karens who think they can do whatever they want and not receive comeuppance is always astonishing. In 2015, one terrible customer had gotten under the skin of an assistant manager at a Chevron station in Salt Lake City, Utah. Her rude behavior caused the employee to refuse her business at the gas pump. After being shown proof that her card hadn't been charged, Karen slapped the manager before trying to make a hasty exit. Unluckily for her, the worker recovered quickly and grabbed the woman, putting her in a picture-perfect headlock as another staff member called the cops, who arrived later and escorted the menace from the business.
Good. Absolutely.
Number 4, lift language.
Jeez, man.
In 2022, driver James Bode's interaction with Jackie Harford scored a ton of praise for handling a bad situation.
An instance of someone doing the right thing in the face of bigotry and ignorance, again, in the moment.
Working for Lyft, Bode picked up Harford from outside her bar, The Fossil's Last Stand, in Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. As soon as she got in, Harford expressed pleasure in Bode being white and a normal guy that spoke English.
Excuse me? You're like a normal guy? Like you speak English?
With that, Bode told her to get out and criticized her comments. The man Harford was with got angry and threatened violence against the driver. He even uttered racial slurs.
What?
No, I'm calling the cops on you, man. Go ahead. It's all on camera. It's all on camera.
What a lovely couple. Sadly, no charges were issued by the cops, but they did condemn the pair's actions. However, Harford's business received many negative reviews online. Number 3, Batman.
Good. Like, so the guy, the customer, the one that said the racial stuff, he got a lot of a negative like, why do people have to be a-holes? You ordered an Uber, just get in the Uber, talk amongst yourselves, you and your partner, and leave the car. Why have you got to start spouting all of your, like, political views and stuff like that? It's just weird.
Say they're sorting out 2 conflicting accounts of what exactly happened.
When the pandemic was in its prime, many establishments had rules that required people to wear masks, regardless of vaccine history. But some folks who ignored this have been quick to play the victim when employees react. In 2021, Bobby Dixon and a friend entered Tweety and Pop Hardware in Seattle, Washington. While the friend didn't wear a mask, Dixon claimed he did. However, the video and the staff dispute this. After receiving hostile treatment, Dixon went to re-enter the store to complain to the manager. Instead, he was met with an employee armed with a baseball bat, telling him to leave.
I've never had anyone come at me with a weapon like that, and it was fight or fight, and I was trying to get out of there, and I just kept coming at me.
After a shove resulting in the loss of the bats, a brawl erupted between the two.
Seattle police, they did take a report in which a store employee told them neither man wore a mask and that both men attacked him.
Number 2, Delta disaster.
Wow.
Some Karens are used to throwing their weight around and getting their way. This makes it cathartic when they finally meet an employee who refuses to cooperate with their demands. In 2018, Susan Perez was furious on a Delta Airlines flight at JFK Airport in New York after being placed near a baby.
He's not going to cry the whole time.
She name-dropped her work with then-Governor Andrew Cuomo and threatened the job of air staff Tabitha.
Thank you, Tabitha. You may not have a job tomorrow.
At this point,
fuck off. Go away.
Tabitha had enough and wanted Perez off the plane. Immediately, the angry passenger backtracked, trying to apologize.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I apologize.
No.
I apologize. I have to be in this place.
But it was too late as she was kicked off. Afterward, Perez was placed on leave from her job at the Council of the Arts.
Now Perez's name and image have been removed from the council's official website.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring.
She thought she could throw her weight around, name dropping the governor. And as soon as she realized that wouldn't work, she then tried to apologize. Nah. Bye.
To get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Mayhem in McDonald's. Every so often, some people like to abuse systems to score freebies. In 2018, Sabrina Fontalar allegedly tried to get a free soda with a water cup at a McDonald's in Las Vegas, Nevada. This caused her to argue with staff, including Erica Chavoila. After Fontalar spouted a load of abuse and lobbed a fry, Chavola had enough of her and approached her. Fontalar threw a milkshake and smacked her with a tray, but nothing stopped the employee who grabbed her, threw her about, and hit her several times. Other staff and customers quickly stepped in to separate the brawling duo. Afterward, Chavola wasn't fired by McDonald's for this action-packed altercation, while Fontalar claimed she was charged with battery. Have you ever had a Karen appear at your work? Let us know below.
Where are her shoes?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out...
Man, such a shame that some of the people, the employees, lost their jobs, completely, for me, unjustifiably. At the end of the day, had the customers not behaved in such an awful manner, the employee wouldn't have had to say anything or defend themselves, It's just... I didn't like that. I'm glad that the woman who, the one who name dropped the governor, she thought that she was the big shot. I just love the fact that they removed her from that plane. That was beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.